What's up, everybody? It's your girl Tanaria, and I am back with another vlogster. So I will be getting straight into it, you guys. I am currently revamping my page, so a lot of old videos got deleted, and a lot of these story times that I was doing in the past, I'm going to bring back. Mainly, this is going to be a lot of Tanaria on Iamtanaria channel, from the clothing hauls, makeup tutorials, and anything else that you guys have in mind for me to do, please do tell. If you look at my views on my page, majority 3,000, 5,000 views is me putting you guys on game as far as the clubs, especially in Atlanta. I no longer dance. I'm constantly getting questions on these videos, although they are super ancient. They like a year or so ago, 6 months ago, whatever the case may be. I feel it to be fair to give it to the girls who are tuning in my final debut on Atlanta strip clubs. I plan on getting into what clubs are hot, what clubs are not, money making clubs, how to work, how old you have to be to work at these clubs, if you need a permit or not. All the questions that I was mainly getting asked on these channels, I'm finally going to answer them. So let's just get into it. It's 2023, and honestly, Atlanta has not been the same. I'm going to try my best to touch bases on all of you girls' questions as far as dancing, bartending, waitressing, bottle girl. Okay, I have been none of those things. Let's be clear, except for an entertainer. So I could try to speak on it to the best of my ability. If you're trying to familiarize yourself with the club, waitressing, or being a bottle girl could definitely help so you can get a feel for the club. Honestly, a lot of the girls, when Allure first opened, a lot of the bottle girls turned dancers, and which was smart. Although when I was working at Allure, I would be like, you know, the bottle girls low-key hating. You can tell they never made no money before. The strategy of being a bottle girl or a waitress or even a bartender is actually smart, because you make a connection with the customers. And if you're a bottle girl, you're going straight to these sections. And at these popular clubs, that's just a good thing if you're getting good with the ballers, people that's spending the money. So when they already with you, you know, then it's like, okay, oh, you dance now? You definitely coming in my section. It's like, we definitely gonna look out for you. I think it makes a whole lot of sense starting out if you've never danced before. I just feel like it was a very smart tactic looking back on it. So if you have not danced before and you're unsure, I would most definitely start off with getting the recognition and the customers to, you know, fuck with you or whatever by bartending, waitressing, or being a bottle girl. Allure was the top spot. I feel like Allure is more so commercial. Allure is an event place to go to. Say there's a concert in town in Atlanta, or a big event, or there's an actual big party held there that night, then it makes sense to work at Allure. But me personally, starting from the beginning and ended up having to leave, the tip out, I'm not sure what it is right now, but when I was working there, it was $250 before 12 or something like that. I think that was including valet, and valet was mandatory. You do have to have a permit to work at Allure, because a lot of girls ask me these questions. And Magic City. I've never, all right, so let's go on to Magic City. Magic City is one of those classic clubs in the ATL. Like, people are always gonna come around and go to what's home and it was more familiar to them. And I feel like Allure is a popular place that has died down tremendously unless something's going on. And the girls are beautiful, but I feel like Magic City Mondays is always a hit. Throughout the week, it's kind of slow, but it has been money in there. From my understanding with Magic City, I heard there's no tip out there. See, a girl who works at Magic City would have to confirm this, but I heard that there is no tip out. You pay the club a percentage of what you made that night. And I also heard, and I don't know what that percentage is, don't quote me. And I also heard that they really be hawking you. Like, they got somebody walking around with a notepad and a pen for each section you've been in, where it looks like you've made on the floor. Like, they own it. When I go, it's a vibe on Monday, but it's pretty dry to me, even when it's packed and it's so little. But there are girls that make money, but those are girls that are house girls and definitely have clientele. So yeah, moving on to Blue Flame. Blue Flame is one of those hood classic clubs in the ATL. Blue Flame is tiny as fuck. Like, Blue Flame is really little. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. But Blue Flame have money in there. And Blue Flame is the place you go on Tuesdays. From my understanding, yes, you do have to have a permit. You have two ladies. That's so funny. You have two ladies that you do a body check with. I know one of them are fairly nice. I was always told to go on a Monday. I don't even remember the girl's name, but she's really nice. She's, even if it's a yes or a no with her, she lets you down much more easier. And then there's this other lady, this old, they're working there. She's a complete asshole. She loves to tell girls, you need to go get your body done. You need to go get your teeth done. You do X, Y, and Z. And she need to get everything she's telling all these other girls. Blue Flame is little, but I always see money in the Flame. I always see money there. The only thing about Blue Flame is it's 150,000 girls that work in there. You definitely gotta be a hustler. You definitely, customers is a must. If you ain't got them already, and who you link with, who you cool with in there, you know, is a must. It's so tiny. So it's like 1 million girls, and I want to say they damn near more girls than the damn customers in there. So me personally, although I have gotten hired to work at Blue Flame, I never worked there because despite the money I saw, and money is the motive, I just feel like I'm not about to work with so many. I've never seen so many girls in one club, and trust me, Atlanta has a lot of girls in their clubs. Okay, moving along. Onyx. I will say, and right now from what I understand, I think Frank runs everything there. I ain't trying to blast nobody, but these are just my facts and what I know. I was told to come and audition a couple of times by the girls that I know. But the thing about Onyx, it's money in there on an event night more so than anything. But when I go into Onyx, it be dry and it be dead in there. And on the nights I least expect, when I look on the internet, or I have one friend that works there, it starts popping out the blue. It used to be a time where there was a lot of girls there when they first reopened, but there's a fair amount of girls there, and it's a huge space. The only thing I don't like about Onyx Atlanta is that all the girls swarm a section and outside the section, and I just feel like, especially on the top section levels, not so much the bottom level. I mean, it depends, but really more so the top levels. So it's like, if I'm in this section, I don't know how that works. It's like, do I split this money with the people that's down there, or how is this going? Because it's just too much. It's giving thirst. It's giving roachant. I never worked at Onyx because it was always dead in there, honestly. I know they hold auditions sometime during the week. You'd have to contact them, but they definitely do, I want to say, one topless, one nude audition on stage. And you do have to have a permit. You most definitely have to have a permit to work at Onyx. Next club, Pinups. Okay, so this is one of those hidden gems I was telling y'all about, guys. Pinups is now under new management. The only thing I don't like about Pinups, they just changed the floors from carpet to like wooden floors. I don't understand it, but it did say it's a white lady running it. I don't know. And I feel like when I was there, it was like she was trying to get the black girls out. I'm gonna just say that, and you know, make it a more Caucasian club, but the girls was there to stay. At one point in time, you did not need a permit to work at Pinups. You of course had to be hired. You signed the paperwork there, and at the front door you'd have to show the paperwork that you were hired until they become familiar with your face. But now I'm told that you definitely have to have a permit, and I believe they either start at $250 or $300 once hired to work there. And they do a stage audition, I believe, at Pinups. They have day shifts. Well, I ain't gonna go there. That's later on. There's a lot of money in Pinups because a lot of people sleep on the hood clubs and they want to be where all the bougie shit is. Them country dudes, they got money too. And most of the girls in there really don't look up to par. So when you have an attractive person coming in there, you're still in the show. It's easy money. It's definitely a floor club. There's not many sections in there, but I like Pinups. Pinups was the easy club, and they stay open later than most clubs. The only thing is they're only open Thursday through Sunday, closed the rest of the other days. But Thursday they close fairly early, but Friday through Sunday I think they close at 6 o'clock in the morning, as opposed to the other clubs where they close at 2 o'clock in the morning. But Pinups is definitely a hidden gem. It is money in Pinups. Do you hear me? Money in Pinups. Like, it's money in Pinups. Do y'all hear me? I don't care how many girls in there. I don't care about no wooden floor. It's the money in Pinups. I need y'all to understand that, okay? All right, so the next club, Strokers. Strokers is another like hood classic club in Atlanta too. It's super, super, super hood. Pinups is hood too, but Strokers is really hood. But that's another hidden gem too. People really be sleeping on Pinups and Strokers. And I used to love that because it was more money for me. Where everybody want to go to Allure and these popular clubs, and granted there's money there, but you got 85 girls in your section trying to bust down $5-6 grand, and you making $1,100 even. That's a good night. But what if you can make that by yourself and you ain't got to work that hard? I work smarter. I don't work harder. So I'm telling you, Pinups and Strokers is the place to be. Strokers, you definitely have to have a permit. It's not really hard to get hired at Strokers. I know at one point in time when the clubs were closing down, not with the pandemic, I think it was just closing down. I think Allure was getting, Allure had closed down a few months. A lot of those girls went to Pinups, Strokers, and they just spread around different clubs. But if you was an Allure girl and you was working in Strokers or Pinups until they got the renovation situated with Allure, you was smart. You was smart, because that's another club where if you're pretty, you're banking. It's easy. It's easy. You know, they're a little tight in there. They're not as small as Blue Flame. I think Blue Flame is the smallest club that I could think of right now. But it's definitely money in strokers. I say you definitely gotta move around. And with the auditions, really, well, with me, they just looked at me and they did like a body check and that's it. Okay, a lot of clubs I'm not gonna name. If I don't name them, then apparently ain't no money in there and it's an irrelevant club. The clubs I named were the basic clubs to work at, the main core clubs to work at in Atlanta. Now, whether you get hired, it's between you and the person that's hiring. I'm just telling you the gist of it. I've been asked so many questions, so let me start here. I've been asked a lot of questions as far as age. Depending on the outer skirts of Atlanta, you could be 18 and older. Mainly at these major clubs like, from my understanding, Allure, Magic City. Well, I can speak for Allure and Onyx. I believe you gotta be 21. From my understanding, you are a super liability if you're not 21. However, I think strokers and pinups, I feel like you could be 18. They have other clubs like Wax and stuff like that that you could be 18 or whatever. Oh, Diamonds of Atlanta is another club. I see money in there, but it's a very tight club. They do they do auditions. They do 2 dances on stage, one topless and the other nude. You do have to have a permit to work at Diamonds. It's money in Diamonds, I will say that. But it's so tight in there. It's like your money go everywhere. I don't like that. So that was another club I really thought about working at a lot, but it just gotta make sense to me. I wanna comfortably make my money, and then I wanna work smarter, not harder. So any and every place that I work, it had to be those core ethics for me, you know? If you wanna be in a tight spot and your money going everywhere, do you, boo. If you wanna work somewhere where you don't mind paying $250 or better or on tip out, do you. If you don't care about clubs where it's not that packed, you just there because of the name, do you. But I'm gonna go where the money is. I don't care about the zip code. I don't care about the jurisdiction. Where is it? I'm going where the money is. Point me to where the money at, you know? But back to what I was saying. I feel like if you have never danced, I feel like really the smartest thing to do is to meet the customers, bartend, waitress, bottle girl. And then from there, when you get the atmosphere and you got all that smoke in your system, in your eyes, in your throat, in your nose, and you feel like you can withstand all of that, then go ahead and, you know, if you want to work in a club, that's on you. I'm never influencing no one to dance, you know, or to be in the nightlife. But I have so many questions, and I'm not just saying this. Like, I literally have so many views and questions about clubs in Atlanta, and this seemed to get my most views. So, and the most questions, and I tend to answer them as much as I can, and y'all can go look. But I'm like, let me just make a video. Let me just put it out there. And I don't mind doing another video for any follow-up questions that I didn't answer. Now, all permit prices are different. Every club right now in Atlanta, to my understanding, requires a permit that makes money. They all require a permit. Age, go in there and just see what they say. I'm assuming 18 and better at most, but for the major clubs, I'm almost betting 21 and older. Do you have to know the pole? No, you do not have to know the pole. I've been asked that question. It's nice, and I applaud any girl, and I have a best friend that knows the pole, like she's phenomenal on the pole, but you don't have to know the pole. Honestly, come on. I was lazy as fuck. I mean, when it was a time where the money was just that good, and Atlanta girls was spoiled. If you was working in Atlanta during the pandemic, the bandemic, you know what I'm talking about. All you had to do was, you know, shake, be cute, you know, be seductive, and that's it. And I really stuck with it. And anything that I was interested in learning as far as the pole and all of that, it was just unnecessary. To be completely honest, it was. And no, you don't have to know the pole. What's another question that I get? Size, and do you gotta have your body done? You do not have to have your body done to work in Atlanta. But be aware, you do have people that you're gonna audition for that is going to critique you and your body. And there are clubs that will let you slide, but for the most part, they may say, okay, we're gonna put you on day shifts. Some clubs have day shifts as well as night shifts. And day shift, honestly, is really up to you. It's really not a looks thing, because you could be bad and just prefer to work in the daytime. But mostly when they hire you in the daytime, they're trying to say that you're not together to be, you know, to work at night, you know. And I got a little, well, everybody always say I don't. I have a little stomach to me, you know, but it's all in how you walk in there. You have to be confident. You got to know that you're sexy. You got to know that no is not to deter you, turn you away necessarily, or break you down. A no just means that that place was not for you, and that's just with anything in life. A no is a blessing in disguise. Take a no as, okay, this just wasn't meant for me. That don't mean that I'm not gonna get a yes. And that's with anything. That ain't just club goals, that's life goals. You gotta think that way. You gotta believe and manifest that way. I do have this disclaimer. Stop walking around. Do not walk around with no Crown Royal bag. It makes you look like you don't make money. It makes you just look whack. Get you one of them big money bags if you're able to carry them around, because I think some clubs just don't, or they have sweepers in some clubs that pick up the money for you, put it in your hand, or they go get a bag for you, or just period, they just put it all in a bag when you're in a section or whatever. Don't walk around with that Crown Royal bag. Now that's so throwback, and that's just so dingy, and it's just like, why? No. And if you do not have the proper dance attire, don't dance. Most clubs have people that sell dance clothes, but there are dance clothes stores around Atlanta. And if all else fails, go online and find you some proper dance attire and just order it. You are an investment from your head to your feet. Make sure your nails and your toes is done, your hair is done, your makeup is done. If you don't know how to do your makeup, there may be women that come in and do makeup in certain clubs. I don't know all the clubs they do it in. Y'all ask me a lot of questions, like I know all this stuff, but you want to look good because you're selling a fantasy, and that's all you're supposed to be selling. You know, you want to look good, you want to look presentable, and less is best. And what's most popular now is those cheap fishnet dress stockings, all of that. That's very inexpensive. You can go to any sex store and find that, and dance shoes, and then voila, you have an outfit. Don't come in there with no Charlotte Russe Sunday's best shoes on. And stop wearing socks with your heels in the club. Get your toes done. And if you can't get them done, just rock them to the best of your ability. It's already dark. Don't come in there. Or buy some polish. Polish the ones that's out, that's hanging out. Don't come in there with no socks on. I don't understand the girls that do it, because I don't get it. I don't know. Make sure you're properly groomed, you're smelling good, and you do not spray perfume down here. I don't know who started this. This is BV on the rise. This is giving why? Like, why? If you're good down there, wash before you come to work. That's that. Bring you some unscented soap with you to work if you need to freshen up or whatever and get yourself together, and you know. And I would just suggest bring some gloves. Don't touch that dirty money. I have touched a lot of dirty money in my day with picking up money, and I had to learn along the way towards the end. But it's so much that go on in that club. You got chicken bones, condoms, all kind of stuff. Wear you some nice gloves and count the money. Have class. You already in a profession where, you know, niggas want to look at it to be on some other. Fuck what they think. If you got a goal, do what you got to do. If you have a goal, do what you have to do. Hustle. It's a hustle. Most street guys get it way more than any white collar guy or any regular guy will ever get it. Don't let nobody tear down your self-esteem, and know who you are, and know that you gotta have tough skin. This shit is like high school all over. I used to dread going in the dressing room to hear all the bitch, what, how, cause who wanna fight? I literally used to go in there like makeup ready, hair done. I just gotta put on my shit right quick. Maybe touch some shit up, tinkle or something, and get on the floor. I cannot stand being in the back with all them girls. I don't see how they used to do it. As for partnering up, a lot of newbies get caught up in this. If you're a pretty girl, you're gonna get used for your looks. You got a nice body and you don't know no better, you're gonna get used for your looks. It's best for you to work alone and figure it out on your own. And I feel like I really gave everything there was to give with this video. I answered questions and then some. Yeah. Do I miss the life? No. Do I regret it? No. It made me who I am. And don't let nobody tell you, or don't have in your head that you can't succeed because you're a dancer, or you can't get wifed because you're a dancer. Black China did it. Trina did it. Eve did it. I can't think of her. Amber Rose did it. Correct me if I'm wrong. Cash Doll was a dancer. Cash Doll did it. There's so many people that win in our profession. Don't let nobody get in your head, and don't you be your own worst enemy by doubting yourself and who you are. Have a goal, stick to it, save your money. Let these niggas spend it. You ain't got to spend your money. You know, and if you want to treat yourself here and there, saving is key. And I used to always tell myself, oh, I made it. I can make it back. That was the dumbest thing I could have ever thought. You never know when you're gonna exit or need to exit on some emergency shit, or you know, you always just wanna have that money saved. Okay, you guys, so if you made it to the end of this video, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you also share. Okay, I answered a lot of you guys' questions, so I need you to blow these likes and comments up. Let me know if you have any questions or anything that I said. If you know more detail about the clubs that I spoke on, feel free to comment down below. I enjoyed doing this video because now that I'm not in the game anymore, I really want to put as much out there as I can, especially with Atlanta clubs, because how long that braid been right there? Because, you know, I've worked out there. But make sure y'all share this video. Make sure you put it on your TikTok, your Facebook, whatever you want to put it on. Make sure you tag me. This is my name on Instagram. And until next time. Oh, and also, if you guys go to any of these clubs and you use my methods, comment down below and let me know how it went. Talk to me, I talk back. Until next time, bye.